You were always the strongest kid in school, but not the biggest. While other defensive linemen were going into giants, you stayed compact, explosive, built like a human wrecking ball. Coaches looked at your size and shook their heads. Too small for the position, they said. Maybe try linebacker. You proved them wrong every single time you stepped on the field. High school becomes your proving ground. You're not 6'6" like the college recruiters want, but you're faster than anyone that size has a right to be. You don't just rush the passer, you hunt him. Every snap is personal. Every quarterback is prey. You develop a motor that never stops, a relentless pursuit that breaks offensive lines. They double team you, then triple team you. You still get home. College scouts are skeptical. You're dominant, sure, but at a small school against questionable competition, the big programs want prototype size. You're 6'1" trying to play a 6'5" position. But one school believes in you, sees past the measurements to the mayhem you create. They offer you a scholarship to prove the doubters wrong at the highest level. College ball is supposed to humble you. Instead, you dominate from day one. Your technique is flawless. Your hand placement is perfect. You get off explosive. You're not just beating college tackles, you're embarrassing them. Your freshman year, you lead the team in sacks. Sophomore year, you break conference records. Junior year, you're already being talked about as a potential top 10 pick. But the criticism never stops. Tweener size, undersized for the NFL, great college player who won't translate. You hear it all, file it all away. Every doubter becomes fuel, every skeptic becomes motivation. You've been proving people wrong your entire life. Why stop now? The combine is where you silence critics. You bench 225 pounds 35 times, more than some offensive linemen. Your 40 time makes scouts do double takes. Your vertical leap belongs on a basketball court. But the questions persist. Can he hold up against 330-pound guards? Is he a pass rush specialist who can stop the run? Draft day arrives. First round starts, and you wait. Top 10 picks come and go. Quarterbacks, receivers, edge rushers, but no defensive tackles. The talking heads debate your value. Tremendous talent, but that size. You watch inferior players go ahead of you. Guys you dominated in college, guys who couldn't carry your jockstrap. 13th overall, your name finally gets called. Later than projected, but you don't care. They just gave 12 teams the chance to pass on greatness. You put on the hat, shake the commissioner's hand, and quietly vow to make every team that passed on you regret it. The chip on your shoulder just got bigger. Rookie camp is your coming out party. Veterans who thought they'd push around the undersized rookie quickly learn otherwise. Your first one-on-one pass rush drill, you destroy a Pro Bowl guard so badly he slams his helmet in frustration. The locker room goes quiet. Word spreads fast. The rookie isn't just good, he's special. Your first NFL game, you register 2 sacks and 3 tackles for loss. The offensive coordinator who game planned to run right at you changes his strategy at halftime. By week 4, teams are sliding protection your way. By week 8, you're getting double teamed on passing downs. Rookie Defensive Player of the Year isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Year 2, you become unstoppable. 11 sacks from the interior is unheard of. You're not just rushing the passer, you're collapsing entire pocket structures. Quarterbacks feel you coming and panic. Running backs see you in their nightmares. Offensive coordinators design game plans around avoiding you. The All-Pro selections come annually now. Defensive Player of the Year awards pile up. You're not just the best defensive tackle in football, you're the best defensive player, period. Your motor never stops. Your technique is perfect. Your burst off the line is superhuman. You've redefined what the position can be. But success brings new problems. Every snap, you face double teams, triple teams, even quadruple teams on goal line stands. Offensive lines slide protection your way automatically. Centers and guards hold you blatantly, knowing refs won't call it every time. You beat 3 blockers and still get labeled as just a pass rusher when you don't get the sack. The physical toll accumulates faster than anyone expects. Your body takes punishment that defensive ends never face. You're getting hit low, hit high, held, grabbed, and chipped on every single play. Your ribs are constantly bruised, your shoulders ache, your knees start barking louder each season. But you can't show weakness. Stars don't get rest days. Year after year, you carry defenses that should be mediocre into elite territory. Your presence alone changes offensive game plans. Teams run away from you, throw quick passes, do everything possible to avoid letting you take over games. You're a one-man wrecking crew. But football is a team sport. Your individual brilliance can only mask so many defensive deficiencies. By year 6, perfection isn't enough anymore. Every season without a championship gets blamed on you, great individual player who can't get his team over the hump. Never mind that defense is 11 players. Never mind that championships require elite offenses and special teams. When you're the best, everything becomes your fault. The double teams turn into holding clinics. Offensive linemen grab your jersey, your shoulder pads, your arms, anything to slow you down. The refs let most of it go because that's football. Meanwhile, you breathe on a quarterback and get flagged for roughing. The rules protect everyone except interior pass rushers. Your body starts breaking down in ways that don't show on x-rays. The burst is still there, but recovery takes longer. Your shoulders need constant maintenance. Your ribs have been cracked so many times, they're held together with scar tissue. You play through injuries that will sideline other positions, because that's what stars do. The criticism evolves from too small to too expensive. Analytics nerds who've never put on pads debate your value over replacement. They reduce your game-changing ability to spreadsheet cells. Sure, you're dominant, but is one player worth that much cap space? Could they get 80% of your production for 20% of the cost? Media starts the "what's his legacy" conversations while you're still in your prime. Championships become the only measure of success that matters. Your individual accolades, the All-Pros, the Defensive Player Awards, the record-breaking seasons, get dismissed as empty stats without a ring, as if you play offense and special teams too. Year 8 becomes your obsession. Championship or bust. Your team goes all in, trading away future draft picks, signing expensive free agents, mortgaging tomorrow for one shot at glory. The pressure is suffocating. This might be your only chance, and everyone knows it. The playoff run is everything you've worked for. Every double team you've fought through, every held jersey you've ignored, every crushing hit you've absorbed. It all leads to this. You played through injuries that would hospitalize normal humans. Your ribs are separated, your shoulders hanging by threads, but you keep rushing. The championship game arrives. Your body's held together with tape and painkillers, but your mind is crystal clear. This is what you've sacrificed everything for. One game to define a decade of dominance. Win, and you're a legend. Lose, and you're just another great player who couldn't finish the job. You play like a man possessed. Pressures, tackles for loss, a crucial sack on third down. Your defense keeps your team in the game while your broken body screams for rest. In the final moments, with everything on the line, you make the play that seals it. Champion. Finally. But even championship glory comes with a price. The injuries you've ignored finally catch up. Your body can't take anymore. The doctors deliver the verdict you've been dreading. Retirement or permanent damage. After a decade of sacrifice, your body forces the decision your mind refuses to make. The retirement announcement feels surreal. You're still the best player at your position, still capable of dominance, but your body has reached its limit. Fans beg you to play just one more year, but they don't see the daily pain, the constant rehabilitation, the toll of playing the most violent position in football's most violent area. Hall of Fame speeches start being written while you're still processing the end. Your legacy is secure. Greatest defensive tackle of your generation, maybe ever. But legacy feels hollow when you can barely lift your arms above your head. The championship ring is beautiful, but it costs you everything. You try staying involved, coaching, analyzing, mentoring young players. But watching the game you can no longer play is torture. Every snap reminds you of what you've lost. Every double team reminds you of battles you'll never fight again. The young players are talented, but they don't have your motor, your technique, your relentless pursuit of perfection. The position evolves without you. Analytics favor pass rushers who can't stop the run. Teams prioritize speed over strength. The complete defensive tackle, the player who could rush, run stuff, and dominate inside, becomes a dinosaur. Your style of play gets labeled outdated by people who never had to block you. Your body never fully recovers. Simple tasks become challenges. Playing with your kids hurts. Working out is impossible. The 275 pounds of muscle that made you unstoppable now feel like dead weight. You're 32 years old with the joints of a 70-year-old. This is the price of greatness. Retirement parties celebrate your career, but nobody talks about the real cost. 10 years of perfect technique, flawless preparation, and relentless effort has left you physically broken. You achieved everything possible at your position, but success came at a price most people can't comprehend. You watch young defensive tackles make the same mistakes you corrected years ago. They don't study film like you did. They don't condition like you did. They don't sacrifice like you did. But they also don't pay the price you paid. Maybe they're smarter than you. Maybe you gave too much. The Hall of Fame induction feels like a funeral for your former self. They celebrate the player you were while you mourn the person you might have been if you protected your body better. The speech writes itself. Grateful for the opportunity, thankful for teammates, blessed to have played the game you love. But underneath it all is the question you'll never answer. Was it worth it? Young players ask for advice, and you give them the company line about dedication and sacrifice. But part of you wants to warn them. Tell them to protect themselves. Tell them that individual greatness means nothing if you can't enjoy life afterward. Tell them that the game will take everything you give it, and then ask for more. You were the best to ever do it at your position. Record books will remember your stats. Film rooms will study your technique. Teammates will tell stories about your motor and determination. But in quiet moments, when your shoulders ache and your knees throb, you wonder if being the best was worth becoming broken. The next generation of defensive tackles is faster, stronger, more athletic than ever. But they'll never have your heart, your intelligence, your relentless pursuit of perfection. They'll have longer careers and healthier retirements, but they'll never know what it feels like to be truly unstoppable. You were always the biggest kid in class. While other kids complained about their weight, you learned to use yours as a weapon. By middle school, coaches were already salivating over your size and mean streak. You didn't just block defenders, you buried them. You finished every play with violence, not because you had to, but because you wanted to. High school becomes your kingdom. You're not fast, you're not pretty, but you're meaner than anyone who steps across from you. The quarterback gets all the attention, but he wouldn't last 5 minutes without you. You create running lanes so wide trucks could drive through them. You give him so much time in the pocket, he could file his taxes back there. Do you get the credit? Hell no. But you don't care. You love the violence. You live for the moment when you can legally destroy another human being. College recruiters come calling because of your nastiness. They don't care about your GPA or your character. They want that dog in you. You choose the school that promises to make you meaner, stronger, more violent. College ball is where you learn the real tricks. The holds that look legal. The late hits that seem accidental. The psychological warfare that happens between whistles. You're not just blocking anymore. You're breaking spirits. Your junior year, you're team captain. Not because you're the most talented, but because you're the most feared. Teammates respect you. Opponents avoid eye contact. Your quarterback throws for 4,000 yards because you give him all day. Your running back rushes for 1,500 yards because you're moving mountains. The Heisman voters don't even know your name, but every defensive coordinator in the country game plans around you. The NFL draft treats you like livestock at auction. They measure everything: your arms, your hands, your flexibility. You bench 225 pounds 37 times and run a 5.2 40. Not bad for someone carrying 320 pounds of muscle and rage. The scouts love your nasty streak and finishing ability. Translation: you're mean enough to survive in their world. Third round, you hear your name called. Not first round like the quarterback, not second round like the receiver. Third round, where the workhorses go. Your family celebrates, but you know the truth. You're expendable, replaceable. One injury away from irrelevance. Training camp is war. You're fighting for your life against veterans who've been doing this for years. They don't help you. Why would they? You're trying to take their job, their money, their identity. Every practice is a battle. Every rep matters. The coaches scream at you constantly. Your technique isn't perfect. Your footwork needs work. Your hands aren't strong enough yet. Your first game, you give up a sack. The quarterback gets planted, and it's your fault. In the film room, they play it over and over. Everyone watching your failure in slow motion. The veterans shake their heads. The coaches make notes. You're not ready, but ready or not, this is your job now. By year 3, you've figured it out. You're not just surviving anymore, you're dominating. Pass rushers fear you. Your quarterback has all day to throw. Your running back consistently finds holes. The offense clicks, and you're the engine making it run. Do you get credit? Of course not. Linemen only get noticed when they fail. You make the Pro Bowl as an alternate, not because you weren't good enough, but because nobody votes for guards. The fans vote for skill players they recognize from highlights. You've been elite for 3 years, but your name isn't on any jerseys. Kids don't pretend to be you in the backyard. You're anonymous excellence. The body starts breaking down around year 5. The 320 pounds that makes you dominant also destroys your joints. Your knees ache constantly. Your back seizes without warning. You eat 6,000 calories a day just to maintain your size. Your hands are permanently swollen from years of combat. You pop painkillers like candy just to practice. The media ignores you completely until you screw up. One holding call and you're undisciplined. One missed block and you're struggling. Meanwhile, the receiver drops 3 passes and he's just having an off day. The quarterback throws 2 picks and he's taking chances. But you, one mistake, and you're trending on Twitter for all the wrong reasons. Year 7, you finally make the actual Pro Bowl. Not as an alternate, as a starter. The recognition feels good, but it's hollow. You've been this good for years. Why did it take so long for people to notice? In Hawaii, you dominate in practice, pancake Hall of Famers in the game, and get 0 camera time. All the highlights show skilled players playing touch football while you're out there actually competing. Year 9, they draft your replacement, 2nd round pick, fresh out of college. 30 pounds lighter and 10 years younger. They call it adding depth, but you know what it means. Father Time is undefeated, and he's coming for you next. The young kid studies your every move, learns your techniques, waits for his chance to take your job. Your body betrays you first. The pass rusher you've dominated for years suddenly beats you clean. Not because he got better, because you got slower. Your footwork is still perfect. Your hands are still strong, but you've lost that crucial half step. In a game of inches, half a step might as well be a mile. The fans turn on you immediately. People who couldn't pick you out of a lineup suddenly become experts on your technique. He's washed, they type from their couches. Cuck the old man. The same fans who never knew your name when you were great are now experts on your decline. Sports radio hosts debate whether you're done at 30. 30! When quarterbacks are just hitting their prime. Mid-season, the inevitable happens. Coach calls you into his office. We're going in a different direction. The rookie takes your job. You become a veteran mentor, NFL code for expensive backup. You dress for games but rarely play. When you do, it's garbage time or goal line. The position you've mastered for a decade is suddenly someone else's. They release you in March. No ceremony, no thank you, just a phone call from someone you've never met. 8 years of protecting their franchise quarterback, and you get 5 minutes of small talk before they just wish you luck. Professional sports is a business, they remind you, as if you needed reminding. Free agency is humbling. Your agent makes calls, but teams aren't interested. Too old, too expensive, too many miles. The offers that come are insulting. Minimum wage with no guarantees. You've gone from Pro Bowler to afterthought in 2 seasons. Finally, one team takes a chance. New city, new teammates, new chance to prove you're not finished. But this locker room is different. Toxic. The young players don't respect veterans. They think they know better than guys who've been doing this for a decade. The disrespect builds day after day. You bite your tongue, do your job, but the frustration grows. You're supposed to be the leader, but nobody wants to follow. Then it happens. One conversation goes too far. Words are said, lines are crossed. The same intensity that made you great as a player makes you a liability as a person. What should have stayed in the locker room goes public. Suddenly, you're not a veteran leader, you're a locker room cancer. The team cuts you immediately. Other teams won't touch you. Not because you can't play, but because you're a distraction. Your career ends not because your body gave out, but because you finally fought back against years of disrespect. In a league that gives second chances to actual criminals, losing your temper makes you unemployable. Retirement isn't a choice, it's forced on you. You're 31 with the body of a 50-year-old and no skills except moving large humans against their will. Your knees need surgery, your back is shot, your hands don't work right anymore. The NFL pension helps, but it's not enough. You try to stay in football, but nobody wants you. High school kids don't respect ex-linemen. College programs hire former quarterbacks and skill players. The NFL blackballs you over one incident while employing coaches with actual criminal records. The same aggression they loved on the field becomes a liability off it. So you watch from home. You see offensive lines getting worse as teams prioritize speed over strength. You watch quarterbacks get killed because their protection can't handle basic pass rushes. You see the position you sacrifice your body for being devalued in real time. Analytics nerds who've never put on pads explain why guards aren't worth paying. The worst part? Nobody remembers the good years. They remember the controversy. 8 years of elite play erased by one bad moment. Your legacy isn't the quarterback you kept clean or the running backs you cleared paths for. It's the incident that ended everything. For a decade, you were the foundation, the anonymous hero who made everyone else look good. You protected million-dollar quarterbacks who never learned your name. You opened holes for running backs who got all the glory. You were the most important player nobody cared about. Now, you're just a cautionary tale, a reminder that in the NFL, some positions matter more than others. Quarterbacks get statues, receivers get endorsements, linemen get forgotten until they're gone, and everyone wonders why the offense stopped working. But you know what doesn't suck? The draft, where some kid is about to learn that being big and mean is just the beginning. Welcome to the trenches, rookie. Hope you're ready to be the most important player nobody remembers.